Nigeria, a nation once pregnant with promise, now groaning under the weight of broken dreams. This is not just a story, it is a mirror, a painful, beautiful, and tragic mirror of a land once hailed as the giant of Africa. But how did we get here? Let's go back. In 1914, British colonial masters merged the northern and southern protectorates, creating Nigeria not out of love or strategy, but for easier control and economic gain. It was an artificial marriage of over 250 ethnic groups with different cultures, languages, and beliefs. It was not unity, it was convenience. But by 1960, after decades of resistance, Nigeria gained independence. The green and white flag waved high. The air was thick with hope. The British left and Nigerians took over. Nnamdi Azikiwe became the first president. Tafawa Balewa was the first prime minister. The economy was booming. Cocoa from the west, groundnuts from the north, palm oil from the east. We had a working railway system, strong institutions, free universities, and a robust civil service. The naira was stronger than the dollar. The world looked at Nigeria and saw a future superpower. But the storm was brewing. In 1966, the first military coup shattered the democratic dream. A group of young Igbo officers led by Major Chukwuma Kaduna Nzeogwu struck. They assassinated Prime Minister Balewa and several key northern and western leaders. The north felt targeted. A counter-coup followed, and then the bloodshed began. Tens of thousands of Igbos were killed in the north. Entire families butchered, children burnt alive, trains of bodies sent back east. Colonel Ojukwu, governor of eastern Nigeria, had seen enough. He declared the Republic of Biafra in 1967. What followed was one of the darkest chapters in African history, the Nigerian Civil War. 3 years of famine, bombs, and blockades. Over 3 million people, mostly women and children, died from starvation. Biafran children became the face of African suffering, their bones visible through their skin, their eyes hollow. In 1970, Biafra surrendered. The dream of a separate nation died, and the words, "No victor, no vanquished," were declared. But Nigeria was never the same again. Just when Nigeria began to rebuild, oil was discovered in commercial quantity in Oloibiri, Bayelsa State. By the 1970s, Nigeria was swimming in petrodollars. Military leader Yakubu Gowon famously declared, "The problem is not money, but how to spend it." And spend it they did. Aso Rock was built, contracts were inflated, the elite got richer, and corruption became culture. The naira still stood tall. Lagos was alive. The economy seemed strong, but underneath the surface, a cancer was growing. We stopped farming, we stopped building, we imported everything, even toothpicks. We became lazy, dependent, and the leaders, they became thieves. From 1975 to 1999, Nigeria became a military playground. Murtala Mohammed, killed in 1976. Olusegun Obasanjo ruled as military head, handed power to civilians in 1979. Then Shehu Shagari took over, but his government was marred by corruption, incompetence, and ethnic politics. So in 1983, another coup. Enter General Muhammadu Buhari, a stern, no-nonsense leader. He fought corruption with whip and chains, but his rule was harsh. Journalists jailed, civil rights suspended. So in 1985, yet another coup, this time led by a man who smiled but struck hard. General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, IBB. He introduced the Structural Adjustment Program. The naira began to crash. Subsidies were removed. The poor suffered, yet he promised democracy. In 1993, the freest and fairest election in Nigeria's history was held. Moshood Kashimawo Abiola won, but Babangida annulled the results. The nation erupted in anger. IBB stepped aside. Enter Ernest Shonekan. Then another coup. This time, a dark cloud truly fell over Nigeria. General Sani Abacha ruled from 1993 to 1998. Under him, fear became law. Opposition voices were silenced. Journalists disappeared. Ken Saro-Wiwa, an environmental activist who fought for the Niger Delta, was hanged, along with 8 others. The world gasped. Nigeria was suspended from the Commonwealth, but while the people starved, Abacha looted billions. He died mysteriously in 1998. Some say it was poison. Others say a woman. No one knows, but the fear died with him. In 1999, democracy returned. Olusegun Obasanjo, once a military ruler, became a civilian president. For the first time, Nigerians voted in peace. There was hope again, but the problems persisted. Electricity remained epileptic. Roads crumbled. Schools decayed. Hospitals turned to mortuaries. The politicians got richer. The people got poorer. Yaradua came in 2007. A humble man. He tried reforms, but he died in office in 2010. Goodluck Jonathan took over. His rise from a shoeless boy to president inspired many, but his government was plagued by corruption, Boko Haram, and oil theft. Chibok girls were kidnapped. Bombs exploded in Abuja. Nigeria bled. In 2015, a former military ruler returned, General Muhammadu Buhari, this time through the ballot box. He promised change, but things only got worse. The economy fell into recession. Inflation rose. Unemployment soared. The naira collapsed. Hunger returned. And by 2023, a new election brought Bola Ahmed Tinubu to power. But fuel subsidy was removed on day one. Poverty deepened. Prices doubled overnight. Electricity tariffs rose. The minimum wage could no longer buy bread. The people cried, but the leaders danced. The real fall of Nigeria wasn't just in the coups, corruption, or currency crashes. It was in the hearts of the people. We lost trust. We lost hope. We stopped believing. Young people now risk their lives crossing deserts and seas just to escape. Doctors flee. Lecturers strike. Students wait endlessly at home. ASU becomes a ritual. Police harass. Soldiers kill. Politicians loot. Elections are rigged. Protests are crushed. From NSARS to subsidy protests, the people cry out, but no one listens. Our leaders build prisons, not schools. Buy jets, not ambulances. Fund elections, not education. And the oil wells, still flowing. But to whose pockets? Nigeria has not fallen because of fate. Nigeria is falling because of choices. Greedy choices, wicked choices, selfish choices. Nigeria is still standing, wounded, bleeding, broken, but not dead. Because every time we hit the ground, we rise again. From the ashes of war, we rebuilt. From the ruins of coups, we return to democracy. From the pain of hunger, Nigerians still smile. They still dance. They still hustle. We are not lazy. We are not weak. We are just tired. But tired people can become angry, and angry people can spark change. The question is, will we? Nigeria is not just a name. It is a promise, a possibility. The rise and fall of Nigeria is not complete, because maybe, just maybe, the rise can still come again.